Hello and welcome to my channel, In Search of Wonder. My name is Anne and today I have a book haul. It has been a while. A long time, maybe even a year or more, since I've done a separate book haul video. A lot of times I have included them in my weekly reading vlog, my weekly Wanderings and Wanderings, and that works more or less. But I don't know, for whatever reason, I have just been collecting a stack of books over here and haven't taken the time to film them, and I have enough of them that I don't want to add it to my weekly vlog and make it that much longer. So I decided to do a separate video. So this is my haul video. To start with, I want to show you my in and out page that I have. And the goal is that they be like equal or the out be longer. Yes, we have a little bit of a problem. So I need to catch up here before I add any more on this side. That's the goal. Let's see. Let me count it out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 out so far this year. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 in. So that's a difference of 3, which isn't terrible. But I can't be bringing in more books than I'm getting out because I just don't have enough space. And I am not going to go through the books that I'm unhauling. I don't generally do that, but I do want to show you the books that I am hauling and show you where I got them and what inspired me to pick them up. So a lot of the books I'm going to show you I picked up today, but there are some from a week or two ago that I want to show you. First of all, this one my sister gave me because she thought I would like it. She was cleaning out her library and she thought I might like this one. Is She Really Going Out With Him by Sophie Cousins. And it had been a while since she read it, so she wasn't 100% sure that it was completely clean. But she handed it off to me, and I figure it's worth a try. Actually, I had never heard of that author, so if you know anything about it, let me know. And then I went to a library book sale last weekend, which was a bit of a disappointment. I didn't find a lot there, but I did pick up a couple of things. And I know I picked up another thing that I can't think right now what it was, but anyway. The first thing I got was A Curious Beginning by Deanna Raybourn. Now, this I actually could use as a mystery for March Mystery Madness. Again, it's set in England, which is not, you know, I read so many books set in England, it doesn't feel international anymore, even though obviously it is for me. But at the same time, I mean, it works. So this is a Veronica Speedwell mystery, and I have heard of them, and I feel like some of my booktube friends have read and recommended these, but I'm not 100% sure about that. I was looking on Goodreads, and I couldn't see a lot of reviews from people that I know on there, so I don't know. I might be imagining that. So if you know anything about this book, let me know if you think it would be a good one. I did like the cover, so it just looked fun, and set in Victorian England. It's a whole series, I think, so I don't know if I'm going to be super interested in reading the whole series. This sort of series isn't really my kind of thing necessarily, but it could be an interesting one to try. This one I got to bring to work. This is a picture book of the song Silent Night. I like to have picture books for songs for singing with my students, and these are Thomas Kincaid paintings, which I know is kind of passe, you know, back in the day was a big thing, but I still think it's really beautiful to use at work for singing Silent Night at Christmas time. So that is going with me to work. It doesn't go on my shelves here. So then today I went to 2 different thrift stores and scored quite a bit of fun stuff. At the first thrift store, I picked up this book to read for middle grade March, which I actually have had this book. I've had this book twice, but I have given away both of those copies, and I still want to read it. Middle grade March is the perfect time. I don't think that it fits any of the prompts, but that's okay. I'm just trying to read from my shelves and not really necessarily trying to fulfill the prompts per se. This is one I've been wanting to read. I had been saving it on my shelf for middle grade March, but then I ended up giving it away, and so now I have it again, and I would like to read it this time, actually. So I'm going to put that in my March stack. And then Hazel Gaynor is an author I want to read more of. I've only read one book by her, and I really liked it, and she writes historical fiction, which is my jam. So I found this one, When We Were Young and Brave. And so I picked that one up. I don't know anything about it. In fact, I don't even know, like, it says something about China. I don't even know. Oh, here it is. Here's the blurb. Nancy Plummer and her young friends feel safe and protected far from the war raging across Europe. As students at the esteemed China Inland Mission School, they study Latin and algebra, have daily prayers, and attend meetings of their beloved brownies and Girl Guides. War simply won't happen to them. But everything changes in an instant when Japan declares war against the United States and Britain following the bombing of Pearl Harbor, and soldiers march into Nancy's school, placing it under the control of Japanese forces. No longer protected by their status, the students and teachers now find themselves the enemy at the mercy of their captors. I wonder, is this the school Eric Little? Was that? How many British missionary schools were there in China at that time? Huh. I don't know. Anyway, that sounds interesting. So, another historical fiction for my shelf. The next two books I did not pick up for me, so they're not necessarily going on my shelf, so they don't count for in. But I did think some people in my family might be interested in them. That is Out of the Far North and The Sick Man's Rage by Amir Tsarfati with Steve Yeun. And they are part of a series, a Nir Tavor Mossad thriller. And so it seemed like something my husband or my son would be interested in reading. And these are excellent copies in perfect condition. And I paid like $1 for them. So I got it in the off chance that they would like to read these. We'll see. If they end up not wanting to read them, I will probably just put them on my Pango shelf. And someone at the second thrift store that I went to today, which I got like a whole bunch of stuff at the second thrift store, someone had apparently offloaded their entire Amir Tsarfati collection. I have several Amir Tsarfati books that I still need to read, nonfiction books. But then I also picked up this one, The Last Hour, an Israeli insider looks at the end times. And this one has a foreword by David Jeremiah. When was this one published? So this has been a little while, 2018, 8 years ago. So I haven't read this one yet. I also haven't read, I think, 2 on my shelf. So kind of need to get to that. I have been wanting to read ever since I heard about it. I don't even know where I heard about it. Someone recommended it or something. I found it, the digital version, on the library on Hoopla, and so I'd favorited it and marked it as a book that I would like to read eventually, but I haven't gotten to it yet. And that is We Will Not Be Silenced by Erwin W. Lutzer. And it's about Christianity in a post-Christian culture and navigating that and preparing to live in a Christ-like way when the world around you is very far from that, and having a perspective. So I'm interested in reading it. I don't know how in-depth it goes. See, I don't know. And then I have heard so many wonderful things about this. This copy that I got is a little bit worn, at least the slipcover is. The actual book is in pretty good condition, but the slipcover is kind of worn. This also could work for this month, and I think I may switch out one of my reading options for it. And that is The Boy in the Striped Pajamas by John Boyne, which I have heard quite a few people mention as being a very good book set in World War II. And it's written from the perspective of a 9-year-old. My understanding is that it's not really middle grade because of the content, I guess. I don't know that there's any like bad content. It's just the serious nature of it and potentially traumatic. So I don't know that it is marketed towards children, but I thought it would work very well for Alma's Child's Tale prompt for the historical fiction Journey Through Time. And I do believe that Alma has read this and really liked it. And I'm pretty sure Chantel is another one that read it and really liked it. So I am looking forward to reading this, and I'm adding it to my March TBR. This one was a cover pick, and then I looked it up on Goodreads, and I saw that several of my friends had read and enjoyed it. It is a Beauty and the Beast retelling called A Curse So Dark and Lonely. And that is literally all that I know about it. Pretty cover, Beauty and the Beast retelling, Some of my friends liked it. So other than that, I have no idea. I don't know if I will like it. I don't know if it's clean. I don't know anything. And we just finished Once Upon a February. So this would be a perfect one for that. I might save it for next February, or I might just get in the mood to read it before then, because I don't know, that cover is just calling to me. And this one I had actually put tentatively on my TBR for January because it is epistolary and also it is an American classic. And so I had considered reading it in January, but I didn't get a copy of it. I didn't find one, and I didn't want to buy it because I wasn't sure that I would like it or want to keep it. So in the end, I didn't get it. I've heard mixed things about it. I don't think it's going to be like a great reading experience or anything, but I am intrigued by it and I do want to read it. And that is The Coquette by Hannah Webster Foster, or The History of Eliza Wharton. And this was apparently, Eliza Wharton is a pseudonym, I guess, for Eliza Whitman, who was the much talked about focus of America's first tabloid scandal. And this novel was written in 1797. So it's one of the earlier, I feel like, American novels. And it's written in an epistolary style. So I'm really intrigued. I would really like to read it. It's not that long. So let me just read a little blurb, the storyline. The demise of a respectable but unloved fiancé introduces a sudden and intoxicating freedom into Eliza Wharton's life. Two new beaux vie for her attention: Reverend Boyer, a staid and proper clergyman, and Major Sanford, a dashing libertine. Reluctant to commit to either suitor, Eliza struggles with the conflicts between duty, romance, and her newfound independence. So, The Coquette by Hannah Foster. There's so much, I don't know, with these books. We'll find out. I'll find out if I ever get to them. And the last book I got was basically an upgraded copy of a book I already have. And that is this nice hardback copy of Night by Elie Wiesel. My current copy is paperback and it's in decent condition, but it does have some worn places on the cover and some, like, it's not perfectly clean and in excellent condition, has some underlying places. So anyway, this one I'm going to put on my Pengo shelf, and this is going to be my new pretty hardback copy that is in perfect condition. So that doesn't count as an in because it's an equal replacement for that. So there is my haul for this month. Thanks for watching with me. And if you know anything about these books that I didn't know anything about, which is like most of them, let me know your thoughts. And if you think that it is something that I would enjoy, or if you think I would not enjoy it, I'll just put it on my Pengo shelf and unhaul it. And that would be just fine because, you know, as we've already said, it's a little, you know, out of balance there. Got to get that back into balance. So let me know your thoughts and I will chat with you next time. Bye. Addendum. This is a couple days later, literally while I was filming the earlier part of this video. I had a book sitting in my mailbox waiting for me to get it. And I knew that, but I forgot to get it before I sat down and filmed. And then I remembered when my husband brought in the mail later and I was like, oh yeah, meant to include that in the video as well. So I don't know if you have seen my video with my recommendations for the March prompt of my Reading the Classics challenge, which is to read a religious classic. And I really wanted to read an American religious classic and a Christian classic in particular. And Kaylee at Luminous Libro had mentioned a couple of early Christian fiction writers who were writing in the early 20th century that I had never heard of before. And so I went looking on Pengo Books to see if I could find these authors. And I found one. After much debate, I was trying to decide between a couple of different books and a couple of different authors that she mentioned. And in the end, I went with The Blue Window by Temple Bailey. And I remember reading what it was about. Couldn't tell you at the moment what it's about, but I love this cover with this little embossed piece there in the front. And yeah, I mean, it's in great condition. This was printed in 1926, but it went through 5 printings that year. And so this is the 5th edition in that publishing year, 1926. So it's in great condition for a book that's 100 years old now. So I don't know if I will get to this in March. That's kind of the idea. We'll see. My track record has not been great of late. But anyways, one more book to add to my haul. And now I really am done. Until the next book haul.